Hey everybody, more runes here. It's been a while since my last video, and that has mostly been because I have been doing college things. Learning, studying, that sort of stuff, you know? But lately I've had a lot of people requesting that I do some stuff with Fable. So I'm going to talk about how to rig a model and try to get it into Fable. I don't know if I'll succeed, but hopefully I'll give you some pointers and you can do that. Apparently, recording video is sucking all of my CPU. So, let me look into that real quick. Off screen over here. And looks like most of what my computer is doing, iTunes is crashed and still running. Now that's gone. Okay, sorry about that. Anyways, on to video stuff. I don't have like a microphone stand, and right now my microphone is like in a soup pot, so it's aimed up at me, and it's really suboptimal. First thing you want to do, open up Fable Explorer, Shadownut. If you don't have it, you can easily get it from the Fable forum. Under Tools, there's an installer, and you'll probably want to grab the updated XML if you're going to be doing a lot of modding, but you can probably get away without it too. So load graphics.big and go to all meshes, because we're just going to find some armor. If I remember correctly, all the armor is kind of down like 3/4 of the way, more than 3/4. All the weapons are over here. So the armor will be up further. If you don't want to look for it, you can just search for it. But we need some armor that we can build around. None of the animations. Maybe it's down here. Alright, this is getting silly, so I'm gonna search. Chest plate. Search. Okay, none of those. How about just chest? Maybe they're called... I don't remember what they're called in Fable. It's been a while. Again, sorry if I'm, taking too long. Actually, let's do a helmet. Because helmets are really easy. If you want to do like a chest plate, you have more bones to worry about. And you don't want to worry about more bones, because more bones just get in the way. Here we go. This is a nice helmet right here. Yeah. Just had to pause the video. So, where was I? Right, we're going to use this helmet as a template. So, save the model on like your desktop or something, and we'll call it helm.x. Actually, helm from Fable. And we'll minimize that. What is this? Oh well. So, open up Blender. I already had Blender open. And by default, it has the DirectX importer, but you probably don't have it enabled. So just go to User Preferences, Add-ons, Import Export, and then right here, just enable DirectX Model Format. If you can hear that train back there, I'm sorry about that. There's a train that keeps going by. I'm right next to the CTA, and it's kind of awful, because it's really loud. Then go back to 3D view. File, import. Where's DirectX? Did I not? Dang it. Import, export. Ooh. Where? You can still import DirectX files, right? Did they change that? They probably changed that. Alright, that's okay. So the way to get around that is you want to use an older version of Blender. Blender 4.9b, I believe, is the one you want. I already have it as well, because I do a lot of stuff that needs the old version. So you can download it off their website. If you go to blender.org and you look for, you click download and then you go to older releases and there's a big list of them. You want one, I think it's 1.4.9, or just maybe it's something like that. 149b. And that's the latest. That was right before they went to Python 3. They just changed from Python 2 to Python 3 and updated the user interface. Blender. There you are, old Blender. And I don't use the installer because I have both Blenders installed. I just have one of them in the folder. You'll probably recognize this if you've been doing Blender stuff for a while. Now you can import it from the desktop, and I called it helm.x, so helm from Fable.x. There it is, and let's see if it imported all the bones. If you're not sure, you can split. If you right click on the median, split it, and then we can go to, where is it? Outliner? No. Oh, this is awful. How about, instead of doing that, I think if you go to animation view up here, no, we're not going to do that. Animation, right, okay, that's the outliner. Why wasn't it appearing before? Oh well, if you go to the outliner, you can see it did not import any of the bones. And if we look at the .x file, I believe that there are definitely bones. Yeah. So I'm going to open from the desktop. You can see I was just doing some Oblivion modding. Helm from Fable.x. The way you can tell is you want to scroll down. You can probably just search for bone. No. And maybe this doesn't have any bones. Maybe, did I pick the wrong helmet? Dang it. Yeah, okay, see, that's my mistake. I picked the folded helmet. You don't want it to be the folded helmet. You want, I guess we'll use this one instead. Same model, different texture. I'll just override it. Sorry about that. Yes, and this one has bones. See, you can see it there. Bones. And it's got a bone offset matrix and all that good stuff. So I'll go back to Blender, old Blender. I'm just gonna erase everything, start over. File, import, DirectX, desktop, Helm from Fable, import, and it's way up there. That is because that is how big the hero is. So if you were to import the hero mesh, it would fit right on there. However, I think that there's no bones. No bones whatsoever. Not in this import. So this DirectX importer does not import bones. That's a problem. And really, it means that we have to work around it. And honestly, that's okay. I don't like working in the old Blender because it gets me into bad habits, and I like to use the new one whenever possible. So I'm going to export this as OBJ from old Blender, and I'll just call it Helm from Fable, or helm.obj. I'm fine with that. Most of this you can just keep default. And I'm going to go to the new Blender and import that as OBJ. And you can see, I think they changed the scale of some things in the new Blender. So you don't want to move the mesh. You just want to kind of leave it there and build another mesh around it for your helmet. If you need a guideline, it's also helpful sometimes to import the Fable hero mesh. So that's what I'm going to do. Don't remember, but I'll just search. There's going to be so many of these hero things. I think it's just mesh hero. Alright, that's weird. Mesh hero. All the clothes. I'm probably going to edit this video to get rid of a lot of this searching. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. This is boring. I am boring you. I am sorry. It's really nice to be able to see the heroes mesh though, because you can build off of it. Is it just under here? Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's just under the halfway point. You can save that. And again, the new Blender doesn't import it, so just delete everything. Import the DirectX file. And then export the DirectX file, but export in OBJ so you can import it into Blender. And there's alternative ways to do that too, but none of them are very quick. Not as quick as this one. Ah, yeah, and you can see the heroes mesh fits nicely right in the helmet. So you can either use the helmet to design your helmet, or you can use the hero's head to design your helmet. I'm gonna just, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna hide it with H. Press H, now you can't see the helmet anymore. And do Shift A, and I'm gonna add what do I want to start with? Start with a cone. And I press tab so I can go into edit mode. You want to make sure that you don't move around your mesh from the start, because you want the origin, see, like when you're in object mode, you want it to be right at the center. Otherwise things get screwy. So just right off the bat, go into edit mode. You can either change it here or press tab. Select all your vertices, move it up here so that it's near his head. And I'm calling off all seriousness in the favor of teaching you guys how to do stuff, because there's no reason for me to make something really cool right now, because this is just a tutorial. This is a big face. One of the things that the new Blender does is they have n-gons, and for gaming that's just no good. Also, if that's bothering you, can turn that off so you can see through things. And I'm going to do E for extrude. I don't want that. I'm going to right click. So now I've extruded it, and I haven't moved it. It's still in the same place. Now I'm going to hit W to open a menu and merge it. So now I have a vertex in the middle there. Probably an easier way to do that. Don't know what it is. And by doing this, I have made a party hat. Actually, would probably be even better. Delete that vertex. Select everything. Extrude everything down a little bit. And deselect that point. Move it up a little bit. Scale it down. Yeah, like that. And I'm actually going to hide the hero for a minute because I think, if I'm not mistaken, man. Sorry, I'm still learning the new interface. So, there we go, double-sided. You see, I think the inside of that is now wonky. It's now backwards, I think. So I'm going to hit tab to go to edit mode. I'm going to select that vert. And I'm also going to select all these bottom ones as well. And I'm just going to flip normals. Yeah, now it's all good. I think. Yeah, that should be good. And I think I can even doubly verify it if I... Can I invert my selection? Shade smooth. Shade smooth everything. Everything is smooth. And then I'll Y to separate that. Ah, yeah, see? Now it's a smooth party hat. How about that? Now I can do Alt-H. Ah, yeah, the original helmet's still there. If you go to... Where is it? Vertex Groups. You can't see it. But if you look at the text file, or if you imported it to 3D Max, you'd be able to see that helmet is almost exclusively attached to... Where's the weights? Alright, well, you can see the skeleton here. Here's the top level. The sub-movement dummy. One of these is the head. Neck 1. Head, right there. Bippo 1 head. We're going to need to... I'm not being very clear. We're going to need to map. We're going to need to rig this hat to go to the head. And I don't think we really need to do anything crazy, like copy the skeleton. I think that's excessive. But if we right click on here, create a new vertex group and call it BIP01 head. And then we go to Vertex Paint. We want a strength of 1. No, this is not what we want. We want weight paint. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Strength of 1, radius of 35, that's fine. Weight 1. I don't know what this does. Ah, yes. You want to make sure that's checked. Because otherwise, crazy things happen. Just crazy things will happen. Because you'll have 200% mapped. Like, let's say you do 100% mapping on this vertex, right? And then you change bones, so it's not doing that anymore. You're in group. This is the bones, the vertex groups. And then you also do 100%. They'll both be 100% if you don't have auto-normalize on. And then it's going to be 100% part of 2 different groups. Normalize all. And that's just bad. That is 100% bad because the game is going to get really confused. I think. Yeah, last time I did that, it didn't work out so well. The animation was all screwed up. You don't want that, though. You want this... Oh, yeah, you see what it did? If I make this red, 100%, and you normalize all, it takes away from the other group. So if you set the strength to, like, 0.5, 0.5, you paint it, and then you normalize all. Now they're both 0.5. Makes sense. In our case, this is a hat. It's sitting on top of his head. We want it to be 100% head. Also, looking at that made me realize, I think, that these are not all the same vertice, so I'm going to remove those doubles. And if I go back to weight paint, it's still good. Right. I think that's about all you need. Then you'd need to unwrap it, texture it. So why not do that real quick? I'll just create a little UV mapping window. And normally I would create the texture second. But now I'm going to create the texture. Bow. And it's going to be 256 by 256 pixels because it's a party hat. And we really don't need more than that. Not even my cat. Certainly not a bat. This is gonna be seriously just a cheap ass texture. It's gonna be the worst. Should be an evil party hat. Evil party hat. Maybe? Nah. It'll be a nice party hat. High pass filter. It's okay if you don't really know what I'm doing. I don't really know what I'm doing. Actually, I was just doing some sharpening. That's what I was doing. But it's really not important. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this texture. You guys are gonna hate me. I'll skip over some of this. A relief of 1. Now it's a canvas hat. Wonderful. Save it as a PNG because it's lossless. I'll call it partay.png. Logical. Open an image. We're gonna open partay. Right. We want to view it in flat and hit U for unwrap. There's no cone projection, so I'm just gonna do cylinder projection. See how that works. No. Ah, yeah, okay. It's gonna get really stretched, but that's okay. It'll just look bad. I'm okay with this. If we go to texture, we can see that That's not right. Oh, wow. And his body's all screwed up, too. Maybe the outside needs to be flipped as well? Yeah, I think it's just this outside layer. Flip the normals. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good now. Awesome. So once you have your hat created, I think you can just export it right off the bat as DirectX to desktop, and we'll call it partay.x. Oh, I didn't look at any of the options. Let me just double check. Flip normals, export textures, animations, none, export all objects, left-handed system. I think we need to do that. Do not flip the normals. Okay. Sometimes you might have to also, in the image editor, if you go to the image editor, you might also have to just flip it. You might have to flip your image upside down after you've done this. I usually flip the UV coordinates, and every time I do that, I think I'm an idiot. It'd be so much easier just to go to Photoshop and go to Edit, Transform. Dang it. Well, anyway, you'd go to Transform. Yeah, here it is. Flip vertical, and then it'll work. Just export that texture and use that. Last I remember, Fable's still doing that flipped UV coordinate stuff. Once you've exported the hat, let's just double check this. Open, and it was partay.x. And let's see if it has it. BIP01. Oh no! It didn't export that. That's unfortunate. Let's see if we can remedy that. Let's add an armature, a single bone. This bone will be called BIP01 head. Its bone name, its bone group. I believe I need to do that too. And bone groups. Do we need to do this? I don't think we need any of these. Transformation. Add constraint. Oh, I don't remember how to do this. No, I don't think you need to do that. I think you just need to say that this And then Control P. Select them both. Control P. Armature deform. Yes, okay. That's what you need to do. When you set the parent, tell it to do armature deform. And now, what you should be able to do is go to, click on the armature, go to pose mode, and if you rotate it, nothing happens, because it's a bag of shit. Also, why can't I see this armature? Where the hell is it? Ah, there we go. I just don't like it being that small. Here, it'll be like it's wearing a hat. That's actually inconvenient to have it that big. Oh, look at that. So when you go to pose mode, you see if you rotate it, the hat rotates. That means it's properly parented. Go to object, edit mode. Yeah. Object mode. Select everything. Export it. Oh, I got all these DDS files sitting around now. That's inconvenient. Partay. Yes, reloaded. Frame armature. BIP. No, still no BIPA one head? I don't like that. The texture coordinates. Huh. Well, that is a shame. I did rename it, right? No, this is named armature. No, but that doesn't matter. There was no weights. It should have been weighted. The mesh should have been weighted towards BIPA one head. And nowhere in here is that. It appears this doesn't work at all. I have no internet either. Now that's a shame. Okay, I think what you need to do is export it as something else. Not DirectX. Apply modifiers, maybe? Oh, there it is! Right there. I just needed to not be going so quickly. Hopefully that changes things. Yes, reload. Bip. Alright, the armature is there. It's only in two places. Skin weights. Let me look at the helm for Fable. Where in here? Yeah, see, you would need to have this skin weights thing and an X skin mesh header. And I don't think that's present. Oh, you have the skin mesh header. Oh dear. Did I miss another option? Hope so. Alright. Testing again. This time I'm not gonna apply modifiers. Maybe that was the problem. Also, I'm gonna try exporting the animation. No, I'm gonna control my variables like a good scientist. Okay. That didn't work. Just to be doubly sure, I'll scroll through the thing. Why doesn't that get exported? Maybe because it's all... Like, what if I had a second group and a second bone? Like, if I edit this and extend it, now I have this other bone, and it's called Bippa1 ear, because it's an ear or something. And then over here, I were to go to weight paint, and this is not group, this is and why is that a dash instead of an underscore? That is the question. Furthermore, why is that working? Did I name it incorrectly? Oh well! I'm continuing. And I think what I can do is go up to weight paint mode on this thing. Select ear. What's this? Come on now. Oh, that's the texture, okay. It's all for the head. I'm actually just gonna do that. Normalize. Great, that's actually really hard to tell though. Solid. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's purely testing. You wouldn't want to do this. So if I rotate this thing, yeah, okay, so it grabbed that point. If I scale it up, that's kind of nifty. Make the hat really tall. Or I can make it like weird and inverted. Tall hat. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm bad at this. But now it should be attached. And this is still attached to everything else. Did I not normalize? Normalize all. Oh, right. Because it's a sub thing. Trying again. Sorry this is not working so well. Once again, I should really just control my variables, not change multiple things at the same time. Ah, yeah, skin weights. Okay, so I guess you just can't map it all to the same thing. Awesome. So, what you need to do is copy the skin weights thing, and I'll scroll down. In my particular case, I did this shitty thing. So in fact, maybe it's better to have some kind of dummy object to map to. So let's pretend that, yeah, I'm just gonna add a cube, and I'll call it delete, because we're gonna delete it, and I'll also name its object delete, just to be thorough. I'm gonna go back to weight paint, and I want all of this to be weighted towards the head. Oh, that was a mistake. Previously I had it set so that some of it was weighted towards that ear, which is also, I shouldn't call it ear, this is called dummy, because it's going away. That also means I have to rename the bone to dummy. No, that's the wrong one. And then now when I pose this thing, I didn't finish doing what I was doing. What you have to do is, where's that cube that I added? It's terrible. Where are you, cube? I'm gonna find you and kill you. This is so massively big. Hide. Ah, there it is. Weight paint! And we want this to be all painted towards dummy. And that also means that we have to parent it properly. So I'm just gonna make this really big and put it over there. For shiggles. So first select your cube, then your bone, then control. No, it's just P. No, that's wrong. It's control P, like I thought it was. Armature to form. And actually, you should probably do this too. Origin. To 3D cursor. So now when I go to pose mode, that's what happens. Oop. That edits both, that edits just that. And we're good. Now I'll try exporting. I know that doesn't look like anything. It's really, you just need some bones as kind of dummy objects. Because you're gonna cut out the parts that you need and paste them over the parts that you don't need from the one we exported from Fable. So this also needs the skin weights thing. This frame delete. Ah, come on, does this... Oh boy. This didn't work. I think what you're gonna have to do... I'm gonna close that. You're just gonna have to do things that have multiple bones. Or, alternatively, you can have a single vert. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete this object. It's gone. If you hit tab, actually, I might be able to delete this dummy bone too. Just get rid of that. I think this would probably work. If I go to vert select mode, select one vertice. Why is that off to the side? I'm gonna extrude it so I have just this single line. Am I still recording? I think I'm still recording, yeah. I can't even tell anymore. Then go to line select mode, select the line, hit delete. Edges. And if you go back to vert... Damn it. Alright. Apparently this thing's smarter than I give it credit for. So delete only edges and faces. And if I go back, yeah, there we go. See, you have this one lone vertice. And I'm gonna assign it to BIPA1 head. What if I go to weight paint? Yeah, you can't even see it. If I go to edit mode, there it is. I'm gonna assign it to dummy. I'll assign it to head, right? We don't need dummy because I deleted that. Assign it to head with a weight of 0.5. And that's the same as doing weight painting, but it's manual. So if you look at this, you could also assign it to head with a weight of 1. You could instead of doing weight paint, you can actually just select all of the vertices and do assign. And then when you go to weight paint, or if you do 5 and you do assign, you go back to weight paint, you can see it's green now because it's no longer at a weight of 1. It's like 0.5. If we do that again, there it is. So this one vert, just give it something arbitrary, like 0.543. Then export it. I think this will work. You want your settings to look like this, I think. You can mess with it some more if you want. Maybe you don't need all those enabled. And if I go to weight... Yes! There it is! There's our skin weights. Brilliant. So you just need a dummy vert. In the game, that vertice will never appear. So it's not a big deal. I don't think you need the X skin mesh header. Because now what we're going to do is copy this stuff. I actually don't know what this does. But I think we want to take this X skin mesh header. Actually, if you just remember it's 111, that's probably good enough. And you want to leave all these bones. So in your partay, go ahead and change that to a 1 real quick. Leave the skin weights. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. And you don't want end of armature. It's useful to have an editor like Notepad++ because it shows you where things line up. So like this bracket, frame armature, it lines up with the one at the bottom and it highlights it. So actually what we want is frame cone. We want all of frame cone, and that's it. So if you click on right there, it'll highlight the bracket, and we can scroll all the way to the bottom and see that's where it ends. If we cut that, we can go to Helm from Fable, and what we want to find is up near the top, frame material 5. This is where, this is the thing we want to get rid of. And actually, material 5 doesn't extend all the way there. There it is. But we also need to get rid of material 91. Because, yeah, so now all this business here needs to go away. And then I'll need to clean up that text. So if I scroll to the bottom now, there. And that too. And let me just verify up at the top. There it is. Now it's called Mesh Hero Demonic Helm 01. Material 5. Now it's called Material 5. That's what you want to do. It's kind of complicated. Maybe I'll write a utility. Maybe I'll extend my Fable X model preparer thing. Fix the bugs in it and extend it to do this. Because that would be helpful. I think that should do it. If you look for skin weight, you can see it's armature underscore. Just change it to BIPA1 head. It's not armature underscore BIPA1 head. And we already updated the skin mesh header. And then we're leaving all the bones. We didn't import any of our own bones, because our bones are here and we left them. Didn't touch those. In fact, we didn't take most of this stuff. And I think we can save this as parte fixed dot x. And I might as well just finish. We'll test this out. If this doesn't work, honestly, I'll just not post the video. Should work though. Should work. Where are you? Hat. Helm. Hat. Helm. Hat. Helm. There's no hats? Fisherman hat. Here we go. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't done this in a while. I'll call it mesh underscore party underscore hat fun time. Get rid of that. Doesn't need that. Type is 5. Submeshes. Material. Right. Load. Parte fixed. And it crashes, as it is prone to do. I'll try it in Chocolate Box. Object Builder. It's going to be... What? I think it's... Is it an armor? Try that. I don't remember. I'll just do it this way then. Add entry. Template will be... It's a little under halfway, right? Chainmail helmet. We'll use that one, and we'll call it mesh underscore parte. If we open that, oh, there it is. Import a model. I hope it doesn't just keep crashing. That would honestly be the worst. Oh, look, it's our hat. It looks like its normals might be flipped. LOD1. Looks like it's nothing. Great. Perfect. We go to materials. It's material 5. Oh! I'll add the texture. It's a DXT1 because there's no transparency. And I'll just call it texture underscore parte. Copy its ID. Save it. That was bad. That was definitely bad. Looks like everything's okay. Textures. Parte is not here. It's okay. We're getting closer. We're so close. Why is its ID 35? It's because I added it to the wrong pack. Close it. Close. We're not gonna save changes. Oh my gosh. This is just getting silly. Oh, good thing it, like... This thing's smart. I'm actually gonna create a backup, though. And really, all of us should be making backups before we do this stuff. Otherwise, it's just a pain in the neck. Okay, I think that worked. Let me just verify. Yeah, it's there. Okay. Go to all meshes, add the entry. It's like down here or something. Right? Chainmail helmet. That's super weird. Maybe I did corrupt my textures folder. That's okay for now. Because you won't do that. Because you're smarter than me. No. Come on now. 6291. Texture flag is 1. Apply. Apply those changes. And give the old savey save. Gonna exit. And I'm gonna reload. Hopefully this worked. Theoretically, it'll now be green. Yeah, it's green. Okay. So very close. Huh, okay, now wait a second. It's type 5. I hope this thing can handle, you know, animated stuff. Maybe I'm doing this wrong. Guard hat. Let's see. No, it looks about the same. Alright. In that case, I'm going to copy this mesh and this mesh ID. I'm going to open game.bin. I think it might be under armor. Once again, had to pause the video, and the hotkey to pause the video is the same as the hotkey to find stuff. I don't remember what I was saying. I think I was just looking for the armor. So I'm actually gonna add an entry. I'll assume it's an object, actually. And I'm just gonna look for something like a helmet. With my luck, it's gonna be like the folded helmet. You know what? I know I can figure this out. Where's armor? There's an armor category. Somewhere. Here it is. I'm pretty sure if you click on armor plate and you look at this, is that it? Is that everything? Interesting. Also, it doesn't appear to actually have any C-diffs. Huh. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Maybe it's... See, I only ever made armor once. So let's see what this does. Appearance modifier, inventory item, carryable, stock item. Let's see what its mesh is. Yeah, see, this is the folded hat. What? Maybe it's under appearance modifier? Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So, I'm gonna update the chainmail helmet so that instead of having its standard model, it'll have this. Mesh parte time. Other than that, it'll look the same. And then, I'm gonna copy this object ID, and then I'm gonna find object hero, wherever he is. Where's the hero? Where are you? I will find you. I will destroy you. Pretty sure it's near the top, though. Ah, cancel. I meant to find by name. That's inconvenient. I can't continue my search without pausing my video. Oh boy. Because there's no next button. You just keep pressing F3. And that is the pause button on my video recording stuff. Luckily, it's highlighted all this nice stuff. So I think if I just scroll through it real quick, I'll see it highlighted. and get on with my life. Oh no! Hero's a creature. Sorry for that, guys. It's been a while. And then I go to... Where is it? Which one am I looking for? It's weapon 1. Give him that. And save it. And now I think, since I've saved things, I should be able to launch Fable and give it a shot. So, there you have it. If that didn't work, I'll be back in just a second. I'm going to test it out, and if it works, I'll probably add some gameplay video to it as well. If it did work, the video will go at the end of this, and that'll be it. If that is the case, then I hope this helped you, and I look forward to seeing what kind of armors that people are going to make. Good luck. It's quite a interesting process. Weight paint is your friend. Just don't forget to normalize after you've painted that stuff. The bones don't actually have to look like they actually do, as long as, you know, you get all the skin weights boxes and the names. Lots of renaming stuff in the text file. You have to do a lot of stuff with the text file. So good luck.